What's up, everyone? Vince and Janito here. I reviewed Borderlands, the pre-sequel, Claptastic Voyage. That's the latest DLC for the pre-sequel. I am here with Borderlands superfan Megan Sullivan. How you doing, girl?
What's up, kiddo?
Sup?
Sup? How you doing?
I'm doing really good. So we're here just to talk about my review a little bit, and I like this. I like this video game here quite a bit. Well, to be clear, it's an add-on to an existing video game, but still, you get the point. Ooh, see this? Look at where we are.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Firestone.
It's
All
a
right,
little bit
so
different.
tell me a little bit about what works for you in terms of the story. Tell me about the story and what you really like about it.
Sure. So something that I really dig about the story is that it's so just like this is kind of the pre-sequel's answer to Tiny Tina. It's kind of it kind of does what Tiny Tina did for that for Borderlands 2. In that it kind of brings the proceedings to kind of this virtual, not real world where they can just kind of do what they want with the environment. So you can see, like, for instance, here we're inside Claptrap's mind, and so everyone is kind of, they look digitized because this is a digital construct, like remake of Claptrap's brain. So all these characters are actually like pieces of software, so they look like that. They have this kind of like computerized look to them. You can see the sky looks like, kind of like a virtual world kind of sky, and they can just play with like this. Whoa! Please die! Please die! Thank you. That got scary for a second. I live on the edge with Claptrap. So yeah, so visually they can just do all these interesting things. Whoa!
That looks pretty amazing.
This guy's pretty awesome. I'm gonna
yeah.
talk
So
to
there
him.
are a lot of gameplay twists.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're not looking at them right now, but we're gonna take this mission real quick.
Yeah,
we're not
we are.
looking at them right now, but God, he's tall. Oh, do I have to go up? God, this guy's weird. I did not even do this quest when I was playing the core game. Yeah, but I probably have to go up top there. So. Yeah, I mean, you'll see there's these volatile bits that these like little floating clusters of polygons that when they're red, if you shoot them, then they'll give you a if they're red when you shoot them, then they'll give you here we go. If they're red when you shoot them, they'll give you some health. If they're green, they will do poison damage to everyone around you. So. And then they switch colors periodically, and once you use them once, they're kind of gone. But they will respawn over time. So you kind of have to be smart about when you use them and how you use them. You might not want to use them right away because you don't want to waste them, and they're the only ones in the area. But if you don't shoot them now, when you need, say, damage, later on, they might be health, and maybe you needed that damage later on. So it becomes this. It becomes this kind of risk reward and having to make this tough decision about when to hit these things. So that's one of the new mechanics that really works for me in Claptastic Voyage here.
That's awesome. And what do you think about the enemies? Because there are some new enemies with new abilities, or rather, there are some familiar enemies with new abilities.
Yeah. So I mean, you saw just before. Hold on, I just want to highlight real quick. You see this?
Yeah.
It's like stuff like this where. You can see tears in this virtual world. That's just totally cool. Because, this is places from Claptrap's memory, but it's also this kind of unstable, glitchy, virtual construct, which just adds this, like, layer of, like, visual chaos to the whole thing. But anyway, you're saying about the characters, about the enemies. So, yeah, one of the ones I was just fighting is a Trojan. And what he'll do is he can... So, since I know we're in a virtual world, but as you can see, we still have the low gravity abilities that you have in the pre-sequel, which I don't know, kind of doesn't make that much sense, given that that we're in a virtual world. I mean, why?
Just go with it, Vince.
Yeah, exactly, and it's so fun to use in the world they craft that it really doesn't make a difference to me. But in any case, yeah. So those Trojan horses, what they can do is they can kind of negate your low gravity shenanigans and kind of bind you to the ground. What's gonna happen? Oh God. Oh God.
Okay, this
what have
is
we done?
amazing. Yeah, and tell me a little bit about the glitch weapons, because there are weapons that glitch in it, and you were saying that, every time you reload a glitched weapon, there's a random chance of being modified, in one of the crazy ways, but it's a little underwhelming.
Yeah, absolutely. I wish this was one of the glitches. I wish my guns could glitch into a bubble cannon. That would be pretty cool.
That would be awesome.
But let me show you one of the actual glitched weapons. So we'll replace my really sick SMG with one of the glitched ones. So here's one of the glitched ones. This one's called Deft Fox. You can see on it says error code OFLMAO kind of. So I'll equip that. No, I'm not gonna equip it over the shotgun. I want the shotgun there. There we go. So yeah, it says glitched. So you can see it looks kind of like.
Looks like it's sort of fading in and out a little.
Yeah. So what happens is this normally fires like a totally normal weapon, okay? But let me see if I can go find some dudes to shoot, because I think that'll be helpful. Yeah, I'm not gonna do this mission right now. I just want to go find guys to kill.
Yeah.
But basically, in theory, the way it works is that every time you reload, there's a percentage chance that the weapon will glitch out. So I'm gonna see if I can get it to glitch out. It's pretty obvious when it's glitched out. It'll turn colors. Meanwhile, I'm exploding all the way. There we go. Okay, so here now it's glitched out. So now theoretically, it should have some new features that ordinarily I wouldn't have. But see, what those aren't always super clear. Like, all right, so I think what this is done with this green buff is that it's made it so that my shots are firing in a spread like a shotgun.
Right.
And I guess that's cool. But again, it's like it doesn't feel like super. I don't know. It doesn't feel super functional or super satisfying.
It doesn't add anything to the gameplay.
Yeah, I don't know if I would want to. I mean, it's kind of a cool, chaotic little element, and I play Claptrap, so I'm all about that chaos. I'm all about that, spin to win and turn on Vault Hunter EXE and see what I get. I like that, but I know what all the things in Vault Hunter EXE are going to give me, and I know which ones are useful and which ones aren't, and how to use each one of them. And so it's kind of underwhelming that. You only get a kind of a vague sense of which buff you have, and the buffs you do have, are they super powerful? I don't know if they're super powerful. I mean, they could be useful in certain contexts, but I never really feel like I'm like, yeah, I would replace my regular weapon with a glitched weapon on the off chance that maybe I might get a clue glitch effect that I can use.
So it's not terrible, but it's not like a total game changer either.
Right, exactly.
How is I like the level design so far. So can you tell me a little bit about the level designs in this DLC? Because they look pretty cool. I mean, we have sort of a digitalized version of Firestone right now, which is really cool.
Which just turned into not a digital version of Firestone. This is one of the things that I love about it. Because of the fact that they're in this virtual world and it's all his memories, we can just have, we can go from a desert biome right to a snow wintry biome for just no reason. And I love that. It's just so creative and it gives so much diversity to the landscape. But something I really like about the level designs, and this isn't necessarily the best place to showcase it, but something I really like is that they play with it really well in terms of the platforming. Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
So whereas I often felt. 1 second. I have to try to not die here. There we go.
There you go.
Whereas I often felt that, in the pre-sequel, that I don't know. I just didn't think that that element, the low gravity element, was that good. It was fine in some places, but a lot of times it just felt like I was going through regular Borderlands environments, but with just with longer jumps that took longer to get through.
Right.
And in this game, in Claptastic Voyage, I really do feel like the levels have been properly and fully designed with those things in mind. Oh my god, that guy just teleported away, and I have no idea who I'm going to kill.
I was just going to ask about the teleporting enemies.
That was awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's one of the other little little tricks I can play on you. But yeah,
your enemies can teleport.
So something you'll see if I get to one of those areas while we're talking. This area is better kind of just to show off that you'll visit places from the past. But there's a lot of freedom and a lot of cool platforming puzzles where you're going from kind of jump pad to jump pad, and you have to do a lot of crazy traversal, and just areas like this, you can see just the sense of scale and scope, and getting to explore some of these older areas that you're kind of familiar with already, but in a new way is really neat. So I love the level design on that level. Here's one of those bits that we were talking about. Let's see if we can lure someone over. Hi. Oh no, now it's health. Yeah, I want to just show off like how we can damage peeps with this. But once this transforms, see right now if I shoot that, it's gonna give me health. But now it's transformed. I shoot it.
So you have to be careful about when you.
Yeah, depending
shoot at it.
Depending on what you need, you know. So, yeah. So that's more or less in terms of gameplay the crux of what makes Claptastic Voyage what it is. But what I really love about it is that, just it's very much like I said before, the Tiny Tina of pre-sequel. And when I say that, I don't mean just because it lets you explore kind of a zany imaginary world.
It's a very character-driven, like Tiny Tina.
Exactly. It's very character-driven, and it's not quite as emotional as Tiny Tina got at some points, because there are points towards the end of Tiny Tina where I was like, I don't want to be, definitely don't want to give away anything, don't want to get into any spoilers, but, there's definitely a sense that she's grappling with some things, and she's using this game of Dungeons and Dragons to cope. And in the same way, Claptrap has been through some things that we don't know about, and he's using some other mechanisms to cope. But I'm not going to go into that.
Yeah.
But
no spoilers.
Yeah, but the point is, by the end of Claptastic Voyage, like Claptrap was no longer just a character that I laugh at or laugh with.
Right.
He was someone that like I could kind of relate to and care about, because it's a lot about how he struggles with kind of self-hatred, and like he's kind of the joke to everybody, and everyone says that he can't do anything right, and he always makes kind of these funny little quips about it, but it really actually kind of gets to him, and it really is something that bothers him. And the writers don't go too far with it. They don't make it like this emotional, overly sappy story, but they manage to grapple with show his struggle with those things in a way that's quintessentially Claptrap, funny, but still kind of sweet and kind of meaningful. And I like that, because a character who was just kind of a joke to me before is now like a real character, and that's like the essence of good writing and good storytelling.
Now, I noticed that you mentioned that there is superior pacing and a general lack of backtracking in this, which I am really excited for, because we both had an issue with that in pre-sequel, where there's a little bit too much backtracking. The pacing was pretty slow in the beginning of pre-sequel, but this sounds like it is much better paced.
Yeah, absolutely. I really liked. I don't want to make it sound like I didn't like pre-sequel.
Cookies?
Oh my God! Are there cookies?
Cookies.
Oh my God! There've been cookies right in front of me. Oh my God! And his name is Chip. How on the nose can you get? And I absolutely didn't get. Wow, I'm pretty bad. I'm the worst. Wow, that's hilarious.
This is making me so happy right now. Oh my God, I was gonna get this anyway, but now I am absolutely locked in to getting this DLC.
More
it has chocolate chip cookies named Chip.
So yeah.
And he's got a miner hat. Oh no, he's got a little robot thing on his head.
So, yeah, I really like how they did that with Claptrap's character, and but in terms of the pacing, I'm sorry, that's what we were talking about, the pacing. Sorry, the cookies distracted me.
The cookies are wonderful.
I don't think you can blame me. But no, yeah, what really got me about the pacing in the pre-sequel was that, especially those first couple of well, now.
It's little Easter eggs or just little things like that.
Isn't that saucy? What a bunch of saucy folks over there at Gearbox.
What was that robot geisha thing in pre-sequel? That was so... Oh, there she is.
There she is.
Wonderful.
On cue.
Yes.
But no, I really spent a lot of time just running around in circles. It's like, hey, this switch is broken. You've got to go find these 3 power nodes, and then you find those 3 power nodes. Okay, now you hit the switch, but now the door is broken, and you got to go around in circles finding that.
What the heck was that?
I don't know what's happening on the screen right now, ladies and gentlemen.
His name is Shame.
But yeah, so I got really burnt out on that, and in in Claptastic Voyage, it really is. It feels more linear in that you're always just going from point A to point B. You might do a little bit of the backtracking and looking around for a variety of things, but for the most part, you always feel like you're making forward progress, and it just like I've always said that I feel like Borderlands would be better as a more linear game instead of having the pressure of this open world where you just kind of run around in circles and find things. But yeah, I feel like this is proof of that. Should I kill Shame or should I kill the data mining cookies? The data mining cookies are cookies.
Yeah, they're cookies.
So I'm clearly not killing them.
Yeah,
I will
sorry,
destroy Shame.
Yeah.
Mercilessly. Oh God, Shame. Oh, I have a present for you, buddy. All these grenades are for you, pal. Yeah. Yeah. So that's what I love about the pacing here is just that it's always propelling you forward, and it's just more linear, less wandering around aimlessly, and more just get to the fun, have the fun, and then get on the road and have more fun. And I know that sounds like a simple concept, but it's something that a lot of times Borderlands doesn't really do. It makes you kind of run in circles and figure out where to go in a game where I feel like figuring out where to go isn't really the fun. The fun is getting somewhere, shooting lots of dudes, and getting lots of loot.
Yeah, it's all about shooting and looting. So how big is this? How long does it take to get through about?
So I'm kind of futzing around right now. Normally when I was playing the game, I was making it through a lot faster and more efficiently than I am now, because talking while playing video games and all that jazz. But I was able to tear through with my Claptrap build, which is pretty OP when I use it the way I want to use it, which is just reloading over and over again and blowing everyone up. I was able to tear through it in about 4 hours, 3.5 hours.
So that's pretty sizable. It's compared to Tiny Tina. It's a good size.
But that was me tearing through and not doing any side quests at first, and then once I did a few side quests, that added on a significant amount of time to me as well. But it can still even be extended farther. So I mean, at least 5 to 6 hours of content from what I saw. And then it can certainly be even a little bit more than that if you take your time and if you're really looking for every little Easter egg and you want to do every little side quest. So very substantial.
So we've got new gameplay twists, which you liked. The story you really enjoyed. It's well paced. There's smart level design. You weren't crazy about the glitch weapons, though.
Right.
They're not your favorite thing.
Yep.
So overall, what did you give this DLC?
So I gave Claptastic Voyage an 8.4.
Nice.
I think it's great. I think it doesn't reach quite the same heights that Tiny Tina did for Borderlands 2, but it certainly represents the best, I think, the overall best experience that you can have with the pre-sequel, without a doubt.
And it has cookies.
And it has cookies named Chip wearing mining hats, because data mining. So, yeah, Megan, thank you so much for hanging out with me and asking me a little bit about the review. Thank you, folks at home, for watching me roll around aimlessly as Claptrap and kill a few things for you. And for more on Borderlands, the pre-sequel.
And cookies.
And cookies. And Claptastic Voyage. And bubble cannons. Stay right here on IGN.